Tranisha Cottrell, and welcome to First Love Yourself, where love, life, and Christ combine. I'm so grateful to have you here on this journey of self discovery and empowerment with me. In today's video, we are going to talk about respecting yourself and forgiving yourself. But before we get started, if you're new here, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on more uplifting and empowering content like this. So get comfortable because we are about to get into it. Let's go. Okay, so you're probably wondering why I got like my head wrapped up and everything else. And it's because I just finished working out, but I knew I wanted to hop on and do this video because I think it's so important for us to remember to respect ourselves. I know you're probably thinking, well, I respect myself. I'm the bee's knees and all the other things, right? That's such an old saying, but listen, I'm old at heart sometimes. And so I be sounding like somebody's grandma, but really I'm a young person in my mind. And so I think it's really important for us to really learn how to respect ourselves. And how can we respect ourselves? Well, here's a couple things that I took away from last week that I wanted to give to you because I feel like knowledge, applied knowledge is power. That's somebody's quote, but I really do believe that. I think you can keep learning all of these things, but if you're not applying any of it to your life, if you're not implementing it in your life, it's not helping you. You are at the same level you were before you knew the information, and you just have extra information that you're not utilizing. And so unless you apply this information, it's not helping you in your life. And so last week I was with my counselor and we were talking about my anxiety. And I'm talking about it because, you know, they say tell the truth and shame the devil, right? So I want to make sure that I'm being completely transparent with anything that I feel comfortable talking about on this platform. Like, I don't want to be here pretending like I'm perfect, like I got it all together. Like, I feel like I'm the type of person who's trying to be the best version of myself, and I'm willing to just become a better person every day, to do better, to learn from my mistakes. And I think that's what really helps you grow. That's what really helps you become the person that you were always created to be, is you being willing to keep trying, keep putting forth an effort. And so I definitely want to clarify and make sure that I make it completely like, I want you to completely know that I'm not perfect and I'm not here to pass judgment. I'm here to really help. I'm here to give you the information that I've learned so that you can apply it to your life, and it may help you be able to get unstuck or to level up or do whatever it is that you need to do in your life so that you can live your dream life, because that's what it's about. It's about you being grateful, being thankful, and living the life of your dreams. And you can do it. So last week I was in counseling, because you need counseling in Jesus. I believe that. As I was, I struggle with panic attacks sometimes, like usually not often. And the last time I had one, I was married. And so I recently, in the past month or two, had started getting panic attacks again. And so I was talking to my counselor, and my counselor said something that I have forgot. It's like major key alert right here. She said to acknowledge your feelings. I used to do this, and I think this is what helped me stop having panic attacks. Because you realize that you feel a certain type of way, you acknowledge your emotions, and then you move on with your life, right? But if you stay there, it can make it increasingly worse. You could be more anxious. You could be thinking about all the negative things instead of all the positive things that you have in your life, which is why it's so important for you to respect yourself. You respecting yourself is you respecting your feelings. It's you respecting your standards, your boundaries. It's you respecting the person that you are. So it doesn't just look like you telling a whole bunch of people no all the time. It looks like you telling people no so you can tell yourself yes. It's about you acknowledging how you feel so that you can become the best version of yourself. And there's this acronym that I did come up with that spells BAM. I know you're probably like, okay, really? You gotta be extra like that. But listen, it's really important for us to remember that. So the first thing was to be real with yourself. We just went over that. You have to really say, I'm feeling this way. Like, I feel like I want to go tell somebody off. But I know that that's not going to be very productive if I do that. Like, yes, I can stand up for myself, but no, I don't need to use all that energy for something negative. I need to be able to pour that energy into something that's going to be productive, something that's going to help me be able to advance and be a better person in my life. And so, what that might look like for you is you writing down the things that you want to be in life. Like, you take that energy and you put it towards your business. You put it towards your dreams. You put it towards the people that really do want to be a part of your life, that actually love you. Don't give the energy to the person who ain't even supposed to be there in the first place. Give it to somebody who really truly deserves that energy. Be real with yourself in saying, I feel this way in this situation, so that you don't pretend. Like, sometimes we be pretending so hard that we are fine when really we need to go to therapy. We think we can handle everything on our own when really we need Jesus. We be thinking that we it didn't really bother us, instead of saying that did bother me. The biggest thing that I did in my relationship with God that helped, and I think it will help you, is if you be real with God. When you struggling with something, tell him, I'm struggling with this thing. Man, I really want to tell this person off Jesus. So give me the patience so that I can act like a lady, so I can act like I have, class and dignity and respect and honor you and respect and honor myself. Because me telling that person off is not helping either one of us. That person could have had a bad day, could have lost somebody, and they're just being this type of way because they don't know how to express themselves, because they have nobody to lean on, because you're the closest person to them, because they don't have nowhere else to turn. So you never know what somebody else is going through, and most of the times it's not because we did anything. It's because someone else is experiencing some kind of difficulty in their life. When they say misery likes company, they mean it. Because when you're going through something, sometimes you don't even realize that you got an attitude, and it's because you're not processing your emotions the correct way. But when you be real with yourself, when you acknowledge the fact that you feel this way, it really does help you be more productive in life. It really does help you get to the root of what's going on. And the best thing you could do is not ignore yourself. I know if you're like me and you were invisible in school when you were like younger, when you was getting bullied or whatever else, then like, you used to feel like you had to just be invisible. Like, you couldn't acknowledge how you felt. You couldn't get to the core of anything. But when you really acknowledge how you feel, that shows you how much you love and honor and respect yourself. You're like, you know what? I do feel angry, and it's okay. Like, I feel angry. I'm not going to let anger control, I'm not going to let it control me. I'm not going to let it turn into rage. I'm going to turn it into something that's productive so that I can become a better person, because that's not the type of person I want to be. The next thing you want to do is acknowledge your feelings, like we were saying, like I was saying. When you acknowledge how you're feeling, it really does help you put things into perspective. You can say, okay, now that I know that I'm angry, I can do this instead. Now that I know that this thing got to me, what is it about this thing that really made me feel that type of way? Like, why does this person have that much power over me? The only person that should have that much power over you is God. So, what is it about this person? Do they have something that you want? And be real with yourself. Like, really, don't lie and say, I don't have nothing. They don't have nothing that I want. Like, you want a man. So don't lie and say you don't want a man. Like, tell God, yes, I want a man, and I also know that I need to work on myself. I know that I'm not ready for it. So, God, what is it that you have to do to prepare me? Because what's hers is hers, and what's mine is mine. So you cannot compare your life to someone else and pretend like you don't feel how you feel about whatever it is, and then think that it's just going to go away. You have to acknowledge how you feel so that God can help you. He can step in and do miracles in the situation. Like, I used to be so I used to have some negative characteristics, traits before I was healed. And I gave it all to God. And I was like, God, help me with my irritableness, help me with my attitude, help me be a better person. Like, I'm really struggling in this area. And God changed a lot of those negative characteristic traits that I had into something that was positive, something that made me become a better person. And only God can do that if you are real with Him. When you tell Him what's really going on in your life, He can really help you. Sometimes we'll be like, oh, this problem's so big. I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. But you forgot to pray. I be forgetting all the time. I be going through stuff. I be like, oh, Lord. And then I be like, oh, you know what? I never told God I'm struggling in this area. Like, I don't know how to be a better steward of my finances. Show me how to be a better steward of my finances so that I could have more money, so I could be more financially fit. Like, what is it that I have to do? God, I'm struggling with eating this food. Like, me and gluttony is like really struggling. We like here right now, and we need to be like this. So, what is it that I need to do so I can eat better, so that I can be a better steward of my body? God, I'm supposed to be learning stuff and I'm having trouble focusing. What is it that I can do to be a better steward of my mind? God can help you in every area of your life if you would just take it to him and be honest. Stop pretending like you got it all together when we all need help with something. And God can help you. Therapy can help you. Like, I'm a big proponent of therapy because sometimes you need a biased person, a unbiased person that can give you a perspective that could help you without it being somebody that's looking out for their own benefit. And it might not be a person that's using you, and it could just be a person that's comfortable with you not being at your fullest potential because it benefits them. It could be a person that loves you, that's saying, "Oh, you're perfect just the way you are," when you know that you struggle with this thing and you don't want to be like that for the rest of your life. You have to really find the perspective of someone who really is unbiased that could help you become a better person. That could tell you things like maybe this is a generational trauma or something. This is something that you went through in your past and they can help you work through that so you could be a better person in the future. That's what therapy will do. Jesus will help you take those generational curses and break them. So all the guys in your family won't be players. So that all the women in your family won't keep choosing the wrong guy. So that all the people that are in your family that are struggling, having a close relationship with God because they idolize whatever this thing is, will no longer idolize that thing. Will become better stewards of finances and being broke will not be a thing of the family because you could change the whole generation through prayer, through God, through learning how to become a better steward, through being real with yourself, through acknowledging that you really do have a problem. And that's one of the things in the what is it, 5 step or something, when people be recovering from stuff. It'll be like the very first thing you need to do is acknowledge that you have a problem because you can't fix a problem that you don't know you have. God can't fix a problem that he doesn't know that you need help with. If you don't open your mouth and say, God, I really do need help with this thing, he can't help you. The last thing is to move on. Sometimes we know something is an issue and we stay stuck there. You so angry, you let anger just cloud your judgment. That's the only thing you're thinking about. You talking about you see red, you blacking out, all this other stuff, when really you need to move on with your life. That feeling that God gave you is not for you to just be stuck in that emotion. We all emote, but there's a healthy way to deal with those emotions. You can't just stay sad forever. You have to move on from the sadness. Yes, that thing hurt you. Yes, that ex hurt your feelings. Yes, you not getting that job hurt your feelings. Yes, you not being as successful as you thought you were at this age, having kids at this age, whatever the thing is that you wanted, it hurt you. Acknowledge the fact that it hurt, but it's time to move on. You cannot stay there. You have too much life to live. God did not give you another opportunity through his grace and mercy for you to breathe, for you to be stuck on the things that you did in the past, to feel guilty about the things that you didn't get. Don't you know that everything that God didn't give you or he let pass you by was never yours in the first place? That's the thing that helps me move on, is knowing that person was never mine anyway. So what am I worried about? That job was obviously not for me, because if it was, I would have been in that position. That thing that I wanted so bad, if God really wanted me to have it, he would have gave it to me. Obviously, if I didn't get that thing, it's because God has something better for me. And not, I have to always clarify this. It does not mean that one man is better than the other man. That's why God gave me this other man. It just means that this other man is more grace for me. It means that other man that I didn't get is grace for somebody else. It does not mean that I'm better than this other woman. It means that I'm more grace for this guy because that's how God made us grace for each other. This other girl is grace for this other man. Just like the job. This job is grace for this other person because they have the patience and they're supposed to be in this position. You are supposed to be in this position so that you can speak life to power, so that you can add joy and peace and contentment, showing what it looks like to be Christ-like in this workplace. You are supposed to be in that place. Sometimes we think so much about the things that we wanted that we forget that we are here because we're on a mission from God. God has us in the position we're supposed to be in the time that we're supposed to be in there, as long as we are being obedient. So everything that you didn't get, you ain't miss out on nothing. I hope you know that. Like, you're not missing out on anything in your life. You did everything you were supposed to do. Keep moving forward. Yeah, you're probably saying, "Oh, I wish I had went to school. I wish I had learned how to cook. I wish I had done whatever it is." It's not too late. You're still breathing. You still have another opportunity to take classes if you want to. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Go for it. You still have time to learn how to cook if that's what you want to do. If you got the patience and you want to wash dishes, go do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, do all the things that it is that you want to do because you're still breathing and you still have time to do it. Stop feeling like you missed out on something because you ain't missing nothing. God is giving you everything that you need in your life. When you realize that you are that person, that God literally gave you everything that you need, that sometimes it just takes some fine tuning. Sometimes it just takes more prayer time, more time with God. Sometimes it takes more focus. And you can literally have everything that you want in your life. You can have the man, the car, the job, the whatever the thing is that God done told you you're going to get. You can get all of those things. Nobody got anything from you. That person you beefing with, you're beefing with them for no reason because obviously that was not yours. Let it go. It's time to move on. This is the day right here that you take a moment and you realize that this is your life. You have to live it. Don't worry about anything else. The past is the past. Let go of all the mistakes that you made. You are not that person anymore. You are a completely new creation. None of that matters. As soon as you ask forgiveness from God and you repent, it's as far as the east is to the west, as far as the deepest of the sea, the deepest depths of the sea. That no longer matters. So if it doesn't matter to God, why are you worried about somebody else? That has nothing to do with your life. Don't pay your bills. Like literally, they're just another person with another opinion, just like everybody has an opinion. And I'm not saying don't respect people or treat people kindly. I'm just saying that not everybody's opinion deserves a warrant. Not everybody's opinion deserves your full attention. Sometimes it's just a word, just a sentence. It's not the description of your entire life. God did not create you based off of their opinion. He created you based off of him knowing you before you were formed in your mother's womb. So that person has nothing to do with your life unless they're helping you to fulfill your mission. So remember that. Remember that you got this and God got you. And if you're trying to get your life straight, definitely check out the planner that's going to be in the description later on today. I created a 2025 planner so we can get our life together because it has like fitness, it has notes so that you can write in it. It's got the daily, weekly, monthly, everything that you need so that you can prioritize your life because it's time for us to start living our life to the fullest. We have to stop making excuses. We have to stop letting other people tell us who they think we are and remember who we are and who God says that we are. Because you are everything God created you to be. Always remember that. And remember to love yourself. Bye.